A father named Kimura is taking care of his son Wataru at the hospital. Kimura is heartbroken because someone pushed the boy off the roof of an apartment building. Fortunately, Wataru is still alive. At this time, the news on TV also announces that a highly venomous snake has been stolen from the zoo. A little later, the boy's grandfather, Elder, comes to the hospital and scolds Kimura for not taking good care of his child. That evening, Kimura returns home to find a note with the address of the person who pushed his son. Kimura, enraged, grabs a gun and goes for revenge. A professional assassin codenamed Ladybug returns to work with a new, positive attitude after going through difficulties and therapy to reduce stress in life. His manager Beetle gives him a simple new mission: retrieve a briefcase full of money on the Shinkansen train traveling from Tokyo to Kyoto and return it intact to its owner. This is the kind of mission Ladybug loves because he doesn't want to kill. While talking on the phone with his manager, Ladybug bumps into Kimura. Unfortunately, Ladybug drops his keys and train ticket without realizing it. Ladybug curiously asks Maria why the fee for just picking up a briefcase is $10 million. Maria replies that this is the mission of the top assassin, Cover, so the price is as such. It turns out Ladybug is doing this mission to replace his colleague, Cover, who is sick. After that, Ladybug goes to the mission locker to get equipped. Because he doesn't want to kill, he leaves his gun behind. At this time, Kimura has also boarded the train and is stopped by a ticket inspector. When it's Ladybug's turn to be checked, he realizes he's dropped his ticket. Luckily, he still has a receipt for the ticket, so the inspector lets him through. But the receipt only states that Ladybug bought a ticket to the first stop. A little later, Kimura arrives at first-class carriage B4, according to the instructions on the note. He moves to confront the person, intending to take revenge. But Kimura discovers it's just a little girl. Kimura quickly apologizes and leaves. Unexpectedly, the innocent girl electrocutes Kimura, knocking him unconscious. Meanwhile, after some searching, Ladybug finds the briefcase with the train sticker on its handle. This is the first time in his life Ladybug has received such an easy mission. He quickly grabs the aluminum briefcase and leaves. But unexpectedly, it turns out to be the briefcase of two assassin brothers, Tangerine and Lemon. They are on a mission to rescue a man named the Son from kidnappers and bring the son and the aluminum briefcase back to the son's father. When he hears that the two assassin brothers, Tangerine and Lemon, work for his father, the son curses them both as fools because his father will kill them after the mission. Tangerine says that doesn't matter as long as the son's father pays them fully plus money for the 17 people he's killed. Hearing this, Lemon quickly interjects that he's only killed 16 people. The two brothers start recounting the people they killed while rescuing the son. Lemon knocks the son unconscious so Tangerine can push him out with a wheelbarrow. When they reach the door, 3 sword-wielding thugs block their way. The two brothers, Tangerine and Lemon, each shoot down one thug. Then they get into a car with the son and drive off. Tangerine performs an extreme car spin while driving to help Lemon shoot out the tires of the two chasing cars, increasing their kill count to 15. One thug chasing them on a motorcycle is thrown forward when Tangerine brakes sharply, unprepared. The 17th person is killed trying to rescue an exploding car. Hearing Tangerine's reasoning, Lemon no longer dares to argue with his brother. The son continues to say that all 3 of them should get off the train because his father won't need a reason to kill them. Tangerine tells him to sit still and tells Lemon to get the briefcase. They will hand over the son and the briefcase to his father as planned. At this moment, Tangerine receives a call. On the other end of the line is Wad's subordinate. He asks Tangerine if he has rescued the son and retrieved the briefcase. Tangerine replies that the son is sitting right there and the briefcase is safe. Wad's subordinate tells Tangerine to get off at Kyoto and hand over both of them to finish the job. But when Tangerine turns around, he sees Lemon rummaging through the luggage compartment. When he goes to check, Lemon has lost the briefcase. Tangerine can't understand why Lemon would leave something so important in the luggage compartment. Ladybug has also arrived at the first-class compartment. The girl who electrocuted Kimura also sees Ladybug carrying a briefcase. Kimura has now woken up. The girl introduces herself as Prince. Prince has been following and discovered that Kimura handed the briefcase to the two brothers, Tangerine and Lemon. Prince wants Kimura to kill Wad for her. If Kimura doesn't comply, Wad's subordinate at the hospital will kill Wataru. Tangerine is still scolding Lemon because if they can't deliver the goods to Wad, he will kill both of them. Because Tangerine knows Wad well, the head of the world's largest criminal syndicate who has taken control of Japan's underworld. Previously, Miniki was in charge. Then a 2-meter-tall Russian appeared and became Miniki's trusted henchman. During that time, the Russian also built up his own power. When he became strong, he killed Miniki's entire family in one night. Miniki himself was shot in the head by his close Russian bodyguard, and the nickname Wad appeared from then on. Japan's most powerful Yakuza empire also emerged from here. Hearing this, Lemon is scared and asks Tangerine why Wad, the boss in Japan, would hire them. This makes Tangerine continue to scold Lemon. The newspapers have just reported that Wad's wife has died, so he has been at home ever since. Wad specifically hired the 2 assassins who massacred a gang in Bolivia, Tangerine and Lemon, so Tangerine deduces that Wad wants to find 2 capable people. So both decide to find the briefcase for Wad and hand over his son, the Sun, to him. Otherwise, the world's largest criminal syndicate will hunt them down to the ends of the earth. When they return, the 2 brothers, Tangerine and Lemon, discover that the Sun is dead. His eyes are bleeding profusely due to poisoning. A little later, the bullet train arrives at the station. As Ladybug is about to step off, he sees a Mexican assassin looking at him like an enemy. The Mexican assassin immediately attacks Ladybug. This assassin's name is the Wolf. He is a subordinate of the Mexican drug lord. Wolf has helped the drug lord eliminate many enemies and has become his right-hand man. Rival competitors were also assassinated. After that, he married a very beautiful woman. The wedding took place with the attendance of many influential figures. When the Wolf was raising his glass to toast with his wife, a waiter accidentally spilled a drink on him. The Wolf immediately went to wash his vest. While he was cleaning, everyone at the wedding party started spitting blood and bleeding from their eyes. His beautiful wife died. Wolf immediately asked someone to investigate who had assassinated and poisoned everyone at the wedding. Upon receiving the information, the Wolf immediately went to Japan. So, the Wolf encountered Ladybug as soon as he boarded the train. Wolf pulls out a knife and stabs Ladybug in the chest, pushing him inside. But luckily, Ladybug's phone blocks all the damage from the knife. Ladybug still doesn't understand what's happening, and Wolf continues to slash at him. While slashing, Wolf says Ladybug has ruined his life because he received news that the person who killed the Mexican drug lord was the culprit in the poisoning. Ladybug says he has nothing to do with it. At this moment, the fire of hatred in the Wolf cannot be extinguished, and he continuously attacks Ladybug. But Ladybug is no pushover and slaps Wolf. Wolf throws a knife at Ladybug. The knife bounces off and stabs Wolf in the chest. Unexpectedly, after being an assassin for so long, Wolf has such a self-destructive move. Ladybug is still confused by Wolf's mistake and cleans up the battlefield, disguising Wolf as if he's sleeping. Tangerine and Lemon do the same with the Sun. A little later, the train arrives at the next station. Ladybug steps out and encounters Lemon waiting with a gun. Ladybug remembers having encountered Lemon before from a troubled job in Johannesburg. Ladybug immediately runs to another door and bumps into a disguised cat. It immediately snatches the briefcase from Ladybug's hand. Seeing the cat determined to hold the briefcase, Ladybug punches it. But unfortunately, the train door closes. Ladybug immediately goes back to get the Sun's phone to call Maria. Prince also sees Ladybug leaving the first-class compartment without the briefcase. Ladybug asks Maria who the Mexican assassin boss is. Maria reminds Ladybug that he accepted a mission to assassinate him at a wedding in Mexico. Ladybug then remembers that he was the groom at that wedding. Wolf saw Ladybug there and mistakenly thought he killed his wife. While talking to Maria, Ladybug encounters Tangerine looking for the briefcase. Ladybug immediately hides in the luggage locker. Unfortunately, Tangerine receives a call and stops there. Wad's subordinate calls to check on them because they haven't gotten off the train yet. Tangerine assures him they will complete the mission. When he turns back, Tangerine is startled to see Ladybug staring at him. Luckily, Tangerine doesn't recognize Ladybug and leaves. When he goes to the first-class compartment, Tangerine asks Prince if she has seen anyone carrying a briefcase. Prince immediately describes a man wearing dark glasses and a hat who took it. Tangerine immediately texts Lemon to block Ladybug. Unexpectedly, Ladybug is already sitting in front of Lemon, threatening that there's a gun under the table. But in reality, Ladybug is just pretending. Ladybug scolds Lemon for shooting him in Bolivia. Lemon also recognizes Ladybug, thinking he was a homeless person. Ladybug says he has let that incident go because now he will return the briefcase in exchange for peace and permission to leave. Lemon immediately agrees, but also suspects Ladybug killed the son for revenge. Since Wad would harm the two brothers if he knew his son, the son was dead, Lemon deduces that if Ladybug had a gun, he would have already killed him. Lemon immediately grabs Ladybug's hand and attacks. Ladybug punches back at Lemon. Lemon quickly uses a laptop to hit Ladybug in the neck. When he sees Lemon about to pull out a gun, Ladybug kicks him, making Lemon feel pain to the heavens. Both start wrestling over the sun. But Lemon is too strong, so Ladybug removes the magazine. He hits Lemon in the neck and successfully snatches the gun. Ladybug immediately uses the laptop to knock Lemon unconscious and doesn't forget to put a dose of sleeping pills in Lemon's drink. When he sees the son's eyes bleeding like at the wedding, Ladybug realizes there's another assassin here. Ladybug goes to the compartment door and creates an obstacle to prevent others from passing through. At this moment, a boomslang snake lunges out and bites Ladybug. He quickly realizes this is the snake stolen from the zoo. If it bites him even once, he will bleed to death within 30 seconds. He realizes the assassin used venom from this snake to kill people. At this moment, Tangerine returns to his seat and discovers Lemon unconscious. Tangerine puts the son's glasses back on and chases Ladybug. Ladybug is walking when he encounters the ticket inspector again. Seeing this, Ladybug asks someone to impersonate him and is asked to pay $200 for the hire. Tangerine also quickly breaks through the blockade. As he is about to ask Ladybug, he discovers the person wearing the hat and glasses is someone else. At this moment, fireworks also explode in front. Tangerine goes to check, and Ladybug takes the opportunity to run in the opposite direction. Prince has also found the briefcase. She forces Kimura into the bathroom to try all the codes to open it. Elder calls Kimura, asking why he's not at the hospital. Prince tells Kimura to tell the whole truth. Kimura tells his father that he has found the person who pushed Wataru. Hearing this, Elder asks his son if he has reported it to the police. Kimura says he will kill him himself and apologizes to his father. Then Prince takes Kimura's phone and leaves, throwing it on the ground. Tangerine also returns and wakes up Lemon. Lemon realizes that Ladybug is not the one who killed the son, because if he were, he would have been killed already. Wad's subordinate continues to call. He demands that everyone get off at the next station to check if Wad's goods are okay. Only then will the two brothers be safe until Kyoto. When they arrive, Tangerine meets Wad's subordinates. He says everything is fine and makes the son wave to them. It turns out Lemon was behind, controlling the son's body. Because the train only stops for 1 minute, Tangerine quickly leaves. Luckily, the twin brothers have fooled Wad's subordinates. Both continue their pursuit of Ladybug. Lemon advises his brother to be careful because the assassin who killed the son has not yet revealed himself. At this moment, Kimura has also opened the briefcase. Prince also enters at the right time. She says she has good luck and then approaches the briefcase to plant a bomb. Prince says this briefcase will kill Wad when he opens it. Kimura also realizes that his gun has also been booby-trapped in the same way. Prince says Kimura is very lucky that he chose not to pull the trigger. Ladybug is hiding in the bathroom. Maria also announces that another surgeon has been poisoned by boomslang snake venom and that the assassin is the same person who poisoned Wolf's wedding. Maria only knows him by the nickname the Hornet. Ladybug then decides to capture the Hornet and hand him over to Tangerine and Lemon, and the matter will be settled. At this moment, someone knocks on the door continuously, making Ladybug furious. He opens the door to lecture the person, but Tangerine has been standing there for a long time. It turns out Tangerine's phone signals when it's near Lemon's phone. Both begin a martial arts fight. Ladybug fights Tangerine until he goes crazy. Both fight into the dining car. While both are holding pots and pans to fight, the vendor arrives. Both quickly stop. Ladybug sees the water vendor and buys some to support her. Because he has given all his money to the person impersonating him, Ladybug makes Tangerine pay. Tangerine, afraid of making the vendor angry, quickly pulls out 1,000 yen and pays for his enemy. When the vendor leaves, Ladybug throws the water bottle at Tangerine's head, making a loud noise. Tangerine, enraged, lunges at Ladybug, hitting his head, then uses a seatbelt to strangle him. Ladybug tells Tangerine that he will find the person who killed the son. But as Tangerine's rage rises, Ladybug throws him outside. Tangerine still clings to Ladybug. The train travels at 300 km/h, but Ladybug still climbs back inside and Tangerine climbs up right after him. Both continue to fight. When Tangerine tries to stab Ladybug with chopsticks, his phone rings. Ladybug asks for a truce because if he had bad intentions, he would have already killed Lemon. Seeing Ladybug's reasonable explanation, Tangerine agrees. Wad's subordinate, on the other end, demands that Tangerine and Lemon bring the briefcase to the next station for inspection. Since he is far from Lemon, Ladybug pretends to be Lemon and gets off the train with Tangerine and the fake briefcase. The leader asks Tangerine if he has opened the briefcase, and he simply says he doesn't know the password. Ladybug cleverly raises the briefcase for the thugs to see. Ladybug drags his finger across the password, and unexpectedly, the fake briefcase opens. Both quickly run away in shock because Ladybug accidentally pressed it. Yet the briefcase opened, leaving Tangerine speechless. Lemon encounters Prince and Kimura and describes Ladybug to ask them, but Prince says she doesn't know. Seeing this, Lemon continues to ask if they have seen anyone carrying a white briefcase with a rocket sticker on the handle. Prince says she hasn't and asks Kimura if he has seen such a briefcase. Kimura replies, "Of course not." Lemon continues to look for Ladybug, but after a short distance, Lemon stops because he notices Kimura's suspicious behavior. Along with Prince saying "the bag" instead of briefcase, Lemon becomes suspicious. Lemon points his gun at both of them and asks who the assassin is. Seeing that she has been exposed, Prince pretends to cry and says Kimura kidnapped her. Afraid that Prince would harm his son Wataru, Kimura does not deny it. Lemon quickly shoots Kimura without further ado. Then both drag the dying Kimura into the bathroom. While Prince is tying the bathroom door, Lemon sees Kimura's gun in her bag. Lemon realizes that Prince is the assassin. When Lemon raises his gun to finish off Prince, the sleeping pills take effect, and he collapses to the ground. Prince continues to boast that she has superhuman luck, and then picks up the gun to finish off Lemon. Lemon tries to stick the train sticker, like the one on the briefcase, on Prince's back. A little later, the train stops at the next station. Ladybug tells Tangerine where he hid the briefcase and wants to get off the train, but Tangerine doesn't believe him and stops him. After unsuccessful attempts to reason with him, Ladybug kicks Tangerine off the train and grins. Feeling insulted by Ladybug, Tangerine runs and jumps onto the back of the train, then quickly makes his way to the last compartment. Tangerine frantically smashes the glass and successfully boards the train. Ladybug, meanwhile, is heading towards the front of the train to retrieve the briefcase. On his way, Ladybug sees Kimura's phone dropped. He picks it up and answers, and on the other end is Elder, asking about Kimura. Ladybug hears this and tells Elder that Kimura dropped his phone and he can pick it up at Kyoto Station. Tangerine, filled with resentment, is looking for Ladybug, while he has already reached the first-class compartment. Prince has left the briefcase in its original spot after booby-trapping it. Ladybug continues to approach the wolf to find his target. Going back in time, the cat that fought Ladybug for the briefcase had approached the sun. Ladybug looks at the target's photo and discovers this girl is the pastry chef at Wolf's wedding. When he pulls out the picture to get a clearer look, Ladybug discovers she is standing there, staring at him with murderous intent. She says nothing and lunges at Ladybug. He never expected a girl to hit him so hard. When she pulls out a syringe to stab him, Ladybug knows this is the Hornet. Ladybug immediately tackles the Hornet and handcuffs her. The Hornet demands Ladybug return the briefcase to her because it's her money. Someone hired the Hornet to kill the son, and the reward was the money in the briefcase. Taking advantage of Ladybug's distraction, Hornet throws him to the ground. She says he has seen her face, so she stabs Ladybug in the arm with a syringe. As Hornet grins triumphantly, Ladybug snatches the syringe and stabs her in the arm. Both begin to exchange passionate glances, and as time is about to run out, Hornet pulls out the antidote. Ladybug quickly snatches it and injects it into his neck. At this moment, Hornet's eyes also start bleeding. Unexpectedly, she dies from her own venom. On this side, Tangerine is walking when he kicks Lemon's water bottle. He stops at Kimura's blood puddle. Tangerine follows the blood trail and discovers Lemon and Kimura lying in the bathroom. The older brother is heartbroken to see his twin brother dead. A little later, Wad calls Tangerine and says he knows everything. When he hears Wad say he will kill his brother, Ladybug, enraged, curses Wad. It turns out Tangerine and Lemon are indeed twin brothers. Wad says he will kill Tangerine when he arrives in Kyoto. He has bought all the train tickets for the last trip and says he won't escape. Tangerine continues to the next compartment and encounters Prince. Since Wad has bought all the tickets, Tangerine suspects Prince is an assassin. Seeing this, Prince starts crying and says Ladybug kidnapped her. She also accuses Ladybug of killing Lemon. Hearing Prince cry, Tangerine believes her and lets her leave. As she passes by, he sees Lemon's note stuck to her clothes. Tangerine realizes this is the assassin Lemon mentioned and that she killed his beloved younger brother. As Tangerine is about to strike, Prince screams for help. Ladybug arrives and sees this scene, immediately stopping Tangerine. Unfortunately, during the struggle, the gun accidentally fires and Tangerine is shot in the neck. Before he dies, Tangerine signals to Ladybug that it's Prince, but he doesn't understand what's happening. Now Ladybug just sits on the train waiting to reach Kyoto Station. Ladybug advises Prince to run away when they arrive because no one will bother a girl. Just then, a man approaches from behind. When he hears Prince's voice, he stops. It turns out this is Elder. He heard Prince's voice when she called Kimura. Because his son went for revenge, Elder boarded the train right after. So Elder sits down opposite them. Seeing this, Ladybug tells Elder to move elsewhere, thinking Elder is looking for trouble. Elder replies no. Ladybug hears this and says he will leave, hoping Elder won't follow him. As he bends down to get Prince's bag, the boomslang snake bites Ladybug. Ladybug quickly goes into the bathroom and traps the snake in the toilet. At this moment, Elder takes Prince's bag, which contains Kimura's phone and gun. Elder realizes this is the mastermind behind the harm to Kimura and his son. Prince knows she has nowhere left to run and confesses that she pushed Kimura's son, Wataru, down to force him here. Her goal was to force Kimura to kill Wad, but the result was Kimura's death, and her subordinate also killed Kimura's son. Elder says that Kimura is still alive, and the subordinate Prince sent was killed by the nurse. Hearing this, Prince falls silent. The dangerous girl stands up and grabs her bag, running away, while Elder has no intention of striking. Ladybug returns to meet Elder to confide in him. He says he's had terrible luck on this train. Elder listens carefully to Ladybug's story, and despite just meeting, they become very close. Elder tells Ladybug everything Prince has done. Luckily, Ladybug is still alive. Only now does he realize the girl's cunning. Elder also tells Ladybug that he is a member of the Miniki clan. He was defeated by Wad when he first joined the gang. Therefore, Elder left. When Wad massacred the Miniki clan, Elder luckily escaped death. When he returned home, he found they had killed his entire family. Elder and his son Kimura hid under the floor and survived. After that, Elder went into hiding to protect what was left. Unexpectedly, fate brought Elder to meet Wad again at the final stop, and fate also brought Ladybug here to fight with him. Because if Wad doesn't die, everyone on the train will die. Ladybug still has to fight even though he doesn't want to. Both go to Kimura to prepare for the upcoming battle. Unexpectedly, Lemon also wakes up, startling everyone. It turns out Lemon was wearing a bulletproof vest and escaped death. When he sees Tangerine's necklace, Lemon knows something bad has happened. Little Lemon cries his heart out when he learns his brother is dead. After thinking it through, Lemon lunges at Ladybug, but Kimura stops him. Hearing these young people making noise, Elder scolds them all. He says they are about to be killed by Wad, and they are still fighting amongst themselves. Elder informs the group that all of Wad's assassins will be waiting for them at Kyoto Station. If they want to survive, everyone will have to cooperate. Wad doesn't know that Elder and his son are on the train, so this will be a fatal blow to him. A little later, the train arrives at Kyoto Station. Wad is waiting, commanding his subordinates to hunt down the people on the train. As he steps onto the train, Prince is waiting with Kimura's explosive gun. Surprisingly, Prince is Wad's daughter. Outside, Ladybug also steps out with the briefcase in hand. Meanwhile, Prince pulls out a gun and points it at her father's head. It turns out Prince wants to kill her father Wad because he always favored his son. Wad only smiles when he sees his daughter pointing a gun at him. He immediately snatches Prince's gun. She thinks Wad will shoot her, so she continues to provoke him. But what Prince doesn't know is that Wad loves her more than the son, so he doesn't pull the trigger. When Wad steps outside, his subordinates capture Ladybug. Ladybug says everyone is dead, and he brought the briefcase to Wad, hoping to escape. Wad immediately tells his subordinates to open the briefcase. Ladybug asks Wad if he was the one who hired all the assassins on the train. Wad says Ladybug is very smart. He wanted everyone to kill each other to avenge his wife's death. It was an assassination attempt aimed at Wad, but his wife took his place. Because the two brothers, Tangerine and Lemon, accidentally killed all of Wad's men in Bolivia, he went there to clean up the battlefield. For that reason, his wife was in the car. The car accident sent his wife to the hospital with a bone fragment piercing her heart. Only the best heart surgeon could save his wife. But unfortunately, Hornet poisoned that doctor 2 days ago. Ladybug doesn't understand and asks Wad why he hired Hornet to kill his son, the Sun. Wad replies that his wife was in that car because she was going to ransom her son, the Sun, from the Triads. Wad regrets not killing the Sun, and his wife would not have died. Now, there is only one person left who harmed Wad's wife, and that is Cavetes. Hearing this, Ladybug understands everything and says he is not Cavetes. Wad doesn't believe him and pulls the trigger to finish off Ladybug. Just then, two subordinates manage to open the briefcase, causing it to explode. Ladybug escapes with his life. Elder hears the explosion and immediately slashes Wad's subordinates to death. Kimura also uses a sword to fight them. Lemon then starts the train again, and it continues to move. Wad is also pushed inside the train by the explosion. Elder gracefully slashes Wad's subordinates, while Kimura continues to stab the next thug in the eye with a knife. 3 assassins see that Elder is old and approach him foolishly. Unexpectedly, Elder draws his sword and sends each of them to a tragic death. At this moment, Wad also reaches Elder. Seeing Elder, Wad is extremely surprised. Elder recalls the image of his deceased wife and lunges at Wad with his sword. Ladybug also reaches Lemon and realizes Lemon doesn't know how to stop the train. Suddenly, 3 of Wad's subordinates rush in and shoot at both of them. When he runs out of bullets, Lemon tackles all 3. Ladybug's mission is to stop the train. Elder and Wad are fighting fiercely. Elder stabs Wad, but he blocks Elder's sword, piercing the train. Lemon continues to fight the subordinates. When Elder pulls out his sword, Wad uses a stick to chain Elder's neck to the sword. At this moment, the train is about to collide with another train. Ladybug immediately yells for Lemon to find cover. The collision sends the other train flying. It tears a large hole in the train car where Wad and Elder are fighting. Lemon quickly gets up and subdues a subordinate. Ladybug doesn't know how to stop the train car, so he smashes the control panel with a fire extinguisher. Elder survives the collision but is still restrained by Wad. At this moment, one of Wad's subordinates wakes up. Ladybug immediately pulls out a dart and shoots it through the subordinate's head, saving Lemon. Lemon pushes a subordinate who is about to shoot Ladybug off the train. Wad starts emptying all the bullets, leaving only one in the chamber. He spins the cylinder in his hand and then pulls the trigger, shooting at Elder, but there's no bullet. Wad pulls the trigger again, shooting himself in the head, and there's still no bullet. Ladybug finds the emergency brake, but unfortunately its electrical circuit is broken. Ladybug quickly touches each wire together, but with no results. Wad has also reached the chamber with the bullet. Kimura now reaches Elder and witnesses him about to be shot. Ladybug, knowing nothing about electricity, pulls out all the connecting wires. At this moment, Lemon's water bottle rolls into Kimura's hand. Kimura immediately throws the water bottle at Wad's head, who is shooting at his father, deflecting the bullet. Elder seizes the opportunity to slash Wad. The train also slows down to 50 km/h, but the tracks run out and the train plunges into the water. This leaves Ladybug floating as if in space. Ladybug is repeatedly hit in the head by the waves. Luckily, Hornet's catsuit protects Ladybug from the final impact. The train completely separates and stops at a film studio. Ladybug is safe and sound. Before he can celebrate, Wad waves at him. Ladybug has to explain again that he is not Cavetes. He only took the mission to retrieve the briefcase because Cavetes had a stomachache. Wad bursts into tears when he learns Ladybug is not the one who killed his wife. Wad, repeatedly frustrated that he couldn't get revenge, pulls the trigger and shoots Ladybug repeatedly, but the gun is out of bullets. Wad immediately pulls out the explosive gun he stole from his daughter and shoots Ladybug. When Wad pulls the trigger, his daughter's explosive trigger backfires, blowing off half of his skull. Finally, they have killed Wad. On their way back, Princess blocks the way for the 3 of them. Ladybug quickly introduces her to books on mental health, but Princess doesn't care, because she is now the next Wad. Just then, a tomato truck driven by Lemon runs over Princess. Elder and his son thank Ladybug and leave. A little later, Maria also arrives. Seeing the beautiful woman come to rescue him, Ladybug is moved to tears. Unexpectedly, a lamppost falls, crushing Maria's car, leaving her speechless at Ladybug's luck. Seeing this, Ladybug promises to compensate her for the rest of his life. That concludes the review. Thank you for listening and see you in the next video.